let's go over to the phones here because, I thought it was... there was something in the comments about, nobody drinks at the bus stop. But, I mean, what island are you living in? Like, when we were working out at Custom, Bree, there's this one bus stop that we run by every morning, 4:30, and there's always a dude passed out sleeping at this bus stop. And I was going to do a story about it, but it turned out that it wasn't a bus stop. There's people just built a bunch of, when we were doing the bus stops, they built like extra bus stops all over. So some of them are not even used for students. But it's just a bad look. It's right on Marine Corps Drive. And you got some dude like passed out with whatever bottles. And it's just really a bad look. It doesn't send the message. So we have a lady on the line. Oh man. We had a lady on the line.
Go ahead, call back.
Yeah, go ahead and call back, ma'am. She was kind of talking about having the same kind of issue. Ma'am, is that you?
Yes.
Okay, so you have a bus stop. What village?
Sinahania.
Sinahania. And is it a bus stop or a bar stop?
No, it's actually a bus stop. It's a school bus stop.
Okay.
And this bus stop wasn't occupied for a good probably 20 years until my kids started going to ride the bus. Because I live right next door to the school.
Okay.
And we monitor this bus stop because I live in a school zone. And the thing about it is when people are drinking there, I call the cops right away. And that's the best thing to do is call the cops so that they can remove them from there because that is a school government property. And the thing about it is we got tired of cleaning it after, as a community, we got tired of cleaning it before and after the school hours. So the best thing to do is actually monitor the bus stop, tell them to remove themselves off of there because that is for your kids. If you know that thing is happening,
ma'am, are you still there?
Something happened.
Yeah.
We can barely hear you now. Did you move?
Okay.
There you are.
go.
Yeah.
And the thing about it is this bus stop is for the kids and not for drinking or partying area. So if that was the case on Christine's part, if she saw that they were drinking at the bus stop, the first thing she should have called is the cops and not make it into this pick a side situation over the media. Let the police do their job. The damage is done where they both got arrested in that part. The damage is done. Let the police do their job because that's what they were there for. Now the damage to her property, she should have called the cops the minute it started. I'm just saying this because we are a small island. These people were coming in because it was not done by us. It was not done by choice. But there's a lot of good people out there. There's a lot of good people. I'm not in that kind of racist thing, but if you really look at it and protect yourself, because I will protect myself over the property around me. Because my life matters. My life matters. Let the police do their job. They're the ones that's holding that community shield on their chest. So if she wants to make this into something like that, don't let the island people, go against
Each
anybody.
other. Yeah. Okay.
Because that is not right. And for you to do it over the radio, over the media, this is wrong. Let the police do their job. You already took it to the police. Let them do the investigation. If it goes to court, it goes to court. She shouldn't have done that over the phone.
Well,
I'm just saying that, Chris, because now with this thing that's going on back in the mainland, please don't let it come to Guam. We are voicing ourselves. That's all it does. We are not racist. The island of Guam is not racist. That's why they love Guam, because we have better compliments. We have better courtesy. We have a lot of good sayings about Guam. Guam is being heard all over the island now. especially with the ship that just left our island. If you ever listen to that commercial stays it on.
Right, yeah. Ma'am, I think there's something wrong with your phone. But just for you guys, she said if you ever watch the Theodore Roosevelt commercial, it shows how the world thinks of Guam. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it.
You're welcome, Chris.
Okay.
Good morning.
Goodbye.
Sabrina.
Good
Yeah.
morning.
Yeah.
Which,
Wash your hands.
Which Theodore Roosevelt commercial? The one where they're saying
The
thank
one
you?
where they said thank you to
Oh,
everybody.
okay, yeah. Okay.
Except the mayor. I don't think they said thank you to the mayor.
Yeah, that was a really nice video. A really nice testimony from the sailors. I mean, Guam really did step up and help the sailors. But again, we're talking about an incident that occurred in Dededo, borderline Jigo area Saturday night. And there really seems to be a lot of background between these two residents. It was an incident that occurred Saturday night on Aga Boulevard, I believe. And I'm not sure how this escalated. We were talking about a video that Cuddy Q had posted.
Yeah, which we're going to get to.
And then it became...
it went viral.
Right, his video became viral.
So let's stick with the phones here. Yeah, we got attorney Mike. Mike, I know you're on the line. Hold him, but I just want to get Pedro on here, who we're talking about, and something that I'm pretty sure we could talk about for days. Pedro is a mixed local. What's your mix, Pedro?
Tomorrow Cuban.
Tomorrow what? I'm sorry?
Tomorrow Cuban.
Ooh.
What is
Chamorro and Cuban.
Cuban.
Yes,
Okay, sorry.
Yep, Cuban.
My mom's a Somali, and my dad's Cuban African American. And well, it's sad to say, but you know, the lady previous that I heard said our people are not racist, and I agree with her. However, there are some people, and it's sad to say because these are from the elderly locals that I get discriminated comments from. You know, like I got into an incident, the guy got down from his car and he's like, you know, you people need to get your stuff together, although he didn't say stuff. You know, and I was like, I looked at him like, what do you mean, you people? I'm from Guam. I'm raised here. I spent all my life here. I live here. I have tattoos of Guam. Like, how much more local do I have to be before these comments are no longer, like, you know, a part of it? That's my point on
No,
things.
yeah, hey, I feel you, Pedro. I grew up, you know, hello, try being a Barnett growing up in Molesto. You know, it's a...
Yeah,
Well, I
and
mean,
then,
I
you
got-
know,
dude,
I have to explain to my 9-year-old daughter why people are the way they say the things they do or they do the things they do. I don't have an answer for that. My daughter's mixed. And, you know, it's hard to explain to them, like, why people are sort of got more than a few screws loose in their head.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. To me, it's an issue that's been going on way too long. Even on Guam. It might not be as bad as the States, but it still exists here on the island. And it's not towards African Americans, but it's within other islands itself. Like, I know a lot of locals that don't want to kick it with some people because they're Chukis or whatever, or Ponape or Palau, or Micronesian for that matter.
Or white.
Or, yes, unfortunately. I don't know, I just wanted to get that out. Like, even here on the island, we still have some people that are not very open-minded, I guess, to say.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt the need to call. I actually spilled my breakfast in the car. Trying to get my phone to call you guys to let you guys know that it actually exists here on the island as well.
Hey, breakfast lives matter, bro.
All lives matter. How about
God, so what? Send us the bill for your breakfast. Breeze got it.
that? It's okay. It was only a couple of dollars.
All right. No, I feel you, man. You know, my sister's half black. I got a bunch of cousins who are half black, and They used to tease us United Nations. You know.
But nothing's wrong with that.
No, but our own family would tease it. And you know,
That's what
there's
I'm
just
saying.
something, yeah, and the humor of it, we just find ways to deal with it. But you're right. I mean, is there racism? Of course, there's racism everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, it's unfortunate, you know. I'm just glad it's not as bad as other places.
Right.
But, I mean, it's hard to explain to your 9-year-old daughter who just discovered George Floyd,
Right.
you know, and then you try to give them a little lesson, and, well, you don't know where to begin.
Right. And I mean, we just talked to our kids about the COVID and then right into this. I mean, it's a very real conversation. They're seeing it everywhere.
Mhm.
They turn on the TV. I mean, they're seeing the protests. Yeah, and it's something, I don't know, maybe we should get like a psychologist on or something this week to kind of talk about. Because we did when the COVID, I forget who we got on to talk about how parents can discuss. Was it Dr. Ferger? Yeah. So I'm pretty sure there's probably some advice on how to discuss, you know, the current climate in the states and everything that's going on with, you know, police brutality and race issues. I mean,
Did you attend any of the protests last week?
No, I didn't. Unfortunately, I was supposed to, but because of this whole situation, I kind of need to feed my kids, so I went to work.
right, yeah. All right.
I would like to stand and protest, but unfortunately, I don't have the time
Mhm.
because it happens during working hours.
Right.
Right.
I read a story about that. Pedro was talking about how there's so many people out for these protests because nobody's working because of COVID. So people got a lot of time on their hands. But now we're seeing with you, there's a flip side of that. Some people are obviously working. So Pedro,
Yeah, I mean, I would, like I said, I would like to go out and support, you know, but at the end of the day, I need to support my family as well.
Right, yeah.
Mhm. So what are your thoughts on that video that was posted on social media by Cuddy? Is that his name Cuddy Q?
Yeah,
Did
Cuddy
you
Q.
happen to see this video?
I'm not too sure which video we're talking about here.
Hmm. He was on Facebook and he was talking about, you know, Guam is clout chasing.
To be honest with you, I don't do social media.
Okay.
The most social media I do is WhatsApp, and the reason why I don't do social media is because of nonsense like this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it will just irritate me to the point where I'll throw my phone, throw my laptop.
Throw your
because I'm
breakfast.
disgusted with people.
Right.
Well-
And truth be told, I don't mind the COVID. I get to stay away from people. You know?
You know, you're not the only one. I might feel that way too, man. Pedro, thanks. And we're going to get Cuddy Q. We'll play the video on the show in the next hour. So if you haven't seen it, it definitely raises some interesting points that you might want to listen up to. Okay, Pedro?
All right, no problem.
Be safe.
Okay,
Sorry
so-
about your breakfast.
Yeah.
All right, no problem. Thank you.
Okay.
Wash your hands. 7:24. Now let's get Attorney Mike Phillips on the line. Good morning. Good morning, Mike. Sorry about that. We just kind of got backed up with a bunch of stuff that